What's up, Internet? I'm here with two of my favorite mobility devices. It's my Model Y long range and my XP4 electric bike. And there is a huge benefit to this full self-driving car here, this Model Y Robotaxi, that people are not talking enough about. And it has everything to do with this electric bike. So as much as I love getting around on this, today is my day to get around town on the electric bike. Bring you guys along. Just had an awesome time here at the park. It's a beautiful day, beautiful day. Pack things up on the bikes, get ready to roll out. As much fun as it is riding e-bikes around town, and as great and eco-friendly a way it is to get around, you can't deny that there's a little bit of a safety concern. Like, any one of these cars driving here on this road which does have a clearly demarcated bike lane, which is more to say than other roads in the area, but if any of these cars on this road are operated by a human who is distracted because they're texting or, drunk or otherwise just a bad driver, and they hit me on this e-bike, it's game over instantly. It's like a one-shot, you know? Look at that thing. It's like a 2,000, 3,000 pound Jetta. One shot you instantly. Game freaking over. And that's the biggest benefit of full self-driving cars, of robotaxis, that people don't fully appreciate. When the computer is driving the car, the computer does not get distracted. That driver was looking the other way. Well, probably the best example of it. In addition to computers not being distracted, computers and self-driving vehicles, operating self-driving vehicles, are basically going to be hardwired to always yield the right of way to cyclists and to pedestrians, to other vulnerable road users. It's one of the biggest sensitivities that they could and should have, which is more than can be said for human drivers. It's a big part of the benefit of full self-driving cars that transit nerds and proponents of transportation who are opposed to self-driving cars, who are opposed to robotaxis, don't seem to fully consider. When they create their analysis, they just see, oh, cars are bad, therefore full self-driving cars, which will make cars, riding around in cars so much cheaper, double bad. Well, how many people are going to be more likely to ride bicycles in a full self-driving world? Because bicycling will be much, much safer. Because now you've eliminated the primary cause of bicyclist injury, bicyclist death, which is dangerous human drivers. You no longer have dangerous human drivers. You got full self-driving vehicles that will always yield to cyclists and other vulnerable road users. And more than that, it's a second order effect after we have full self-driving cars, which is that it's going to be a lot easier for regulators, traffic authorities, Department of Transportation, the city who makes and paves these roads. It's going to be a lot easier for them in the full self-driving future, in the robotaxi future, to reshape the roads with cyclists in mind. Now, what do I mean by that? Currently, when you have human drivers have a lot of input into how roads are designed, how roads are formatted. Like, if we were to take this road that we're on right now, it's 4 lanes as a bike path. If we wanted to reduce this to a 2-lane road, take this extra lane here and turn it into a double wide, a mega bike path, how many people would be in favor of that right now? It'd be really difficult to get it through, because the people who are operating these full these regular manually driven cars would not want that to happen, because they would only think about, oh, there could be more congestion, I'll have to be driving in traffic, it will suck. And can't lie, if there's one less lane in each direction, you are more likely to have some traffic situations. Maybe driving from point A up there to point B back there will take 5 minutes longer. It's 5 more minutes of start and stop potentially. As a human driver, that's pretty unacceptable. But as a passenger in a robotaxi, does it really matter? Does it really matter if it takes the robot 5 more minutes to take you from A to B? If you're just chilling in the self-driving car and, playing Civilization 7 or watching Netflix or whatever, who cares? If it's a matter of getting there on time, just call the robotaxi 5 minutes earlier. On the other hand, the people who are on bikes, like I am, and like I believe there will be a lot more people on bikes once we have full self-driving cars, because riding bikes is fun, but riding bikes is not safe because human drivers. But riding bikes will be safe once you have computer drivers. So a lot more people will use it, and the people on the bikes will have a lot more input into how roads should be allocated. We could have double wide, dedicated bike lanes. We could have physical barriers in between bike paths and where cars are going. And the biggest X factor is that we won't need street parking anymore. Once you get rid of human-driven cars that need to be parked and spend 90+% of their time waiting for their human driver instead of driving around and giving rides to more and more people, you no longer need street parking. What's going to happen to all of that street parking? This street isn't a good example, but I rode by another street earlier, and there's just tons of cars parked everywhere. Those cars aren't going to be there anymore. And you could easily put in a protected bike lane, perhaps with a set of bollards, and the outer lane will be used just for dropping off passengers. And, the sky's the limit with how streets, urban areas can be reshaped, reformatted once we get rid of human-driven cars, once we get rid of street parking, and once we get rid of automobile on cyclist accidents and fatalities. It's all going to rechange everything, because I believe the number of people who would be interested in riding e-bikes around, commuting via e-bike, or maybe just using e-bikes for pleasant Sunday cruises, Saturday afternoon rides to go to a cafe or a restaurant or whatever. It is a fraction of the number of people who will actually do it now because of the safety concern. Because of, as I said, any one of these people operating these motor vehicles, easily kill me right now. If they're distracted, if they're drunk, if they're texting. Computers don't do that. Full self-driving software doesn't do that. Waymo Tech doesn't do that. Tesla doesn't do that. Be way safer, huge game changer, and that is something that is the benefit of full self-driving cars that not enough people are talking about, and more people should, because full self-driving and the second order effects, not just the direct effect of, oh wow, like Uber, riding around in Uber now costs a fraction of what it used to. That's only the first order effect. That's like one layer down. You need to think 2 layers down. Like, bicyclists will never get hit by cars anymore. That's huge. And bicyclists will have more influence on how the roads are reshaped. Because, again, if the road having a larger bike lane means that your Robotaxi ride takes 2 more minutes, 5 more minutes, hell, even 10 more minutes. Who cares? You're riding in a Robotaxi, you're chilling, you're playing Civ 5, you're freaking watching Netflix, you're scrolling Twitter. Who cares if it takes 10 more minutes for your Robotaxi because there's a double wide bike lane instead of 4 lanes of traffic? That's when the cyclists are going to have more opportunity to change things. Waiting for my wife to catch up to me here. But yeah, when it comes down to it, that's all I have in my mind. E-bikes are awesome, and self-driving cars are awesome. And the combination of the two, where you can ride around on an e-bike, and if and when you get tired, or if and when you need to go somewhere that's like 20 miles away, you can call the self-driving car and then just put your e-bike on the back, on the hitch of that self-driving car. That's going to be the perfect solution. I think that right there is going to be the future of all transportation. It's going to be self-driving robo-taxis with bike cargo racks, bike racks on the back. Every full self-driving taxi should have a bike rack on the back, so people getting around in their last mile, within last 3-5 miles or whatever of where they're trying to go, can hail a robo-taxi and have a robo-taxi take them to like the next province over, if their house is 20 miles away or wherever else it might be. And I actually think that city planners, transportation, whatever, they should shape their they should shape policy around charging full self-driving rides and taxi rides that way, where it's like, if say during rush hour, if there's a time that's considered to be rush hour, you'll be allowed to. Does this lady see me? See, that's the thing. When humans are driving the cars, you're always looking at them, wondering, like, oh shit, did that lady see me? Did that lady in that car see me? Did she see that I'm coming? Robots driving a car, there's no question. The robot's always going to see you. So the robot never blinks. The robot has 8 eyes, 8 cameras all over it, sees in all directions. That's why full self-driving is a game changer for cyclists and for other vulnerable road users. Let's see. Made it to the sushi shop. Did my wife make it here before me? Because I made the wrong turn. Yep, she did. That's the face she makes when she knows that I made the wrong turn, and she's laughing at me.
Just turn right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna go all the way around.
Yep. Um,
Do we want to park here?
we'll park them there in front. I
And
figure.
then the only problem is, like, I think we might have to hang our Oyster inside.
You think so?